What if I told you that we've helped brands go from making $0 from their abandoned checkout flows into making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from this one flow? This flow, if set up correctly, might be the single most important flow you could have in the entirety of your retention stack. Down from welcome to post-purchase, campaigns, pop-up, everything. This is the most important and it needs to be done right. It is not done so simply with just a generic template. And so I want to just break down to you exactly how you can recover all your abandoned cart revenue and do it the right way, the professional way. Now to start, before we get into how to actually set this up, I think it's important to understand how most people set up their abandoned checkout flow. Most people send a very generic abandoned checkout email that has a dynamic Klaviyo block, meaning whatever block you put in for abandoned cart, abandoned checkout, product abandoned, it's dynamic based on what they purchase or abandon on the page when they were in cart. It will filter and go based on the email profile and show up in the email. And usually people put, did you miss us? Did you miss this? Your cart's about to expire. And it's just like a generic block. Problem with that is you can throw in a discount, whatever. People just don't come back because it's like they're not like really feeling anything. I just don't think that works today. It might even hurt more than it helps. You know, maybe people really care about shipping costs. Maybe people really care about guarantees. Maybe people don't really know every single little benefit. You know, there's a couple little things that you could do that could like instantly skyrocket, in my opinion, your conversion rate on your abandoned checkout flows. You got a short window to act while the product is still fresh in their mind. And so it's so important to capitalize on someone who is this high intent, who is this close to completing like your funnel. Yeah, I mean, before we jump into this, I just want to emphasize it's not just about email copy. It's not just about timing. It's about understanding behavior. And this is how I've been able to generate millions of dollars for my clients, by understanding that one does not simply set up an abandoned checkout template and call it a day. Let's get into the exact framework that I use. Okay, I want to emphasize a couple different things when we're thinking about setting up the abandoned checkout flow. You are combining a mixture of intent, timing, and the right angles and features to push to get people over the finish line. You need to actually meet your buyer where they are in this stage of the process, and it's going to be different for different types of brands. Different types of brands need to nurture the abandoned checkout funnel in a little bit of a different way. And you gotta know the difference. You gotta know your brands. It's hard for me to just give you a cookie cutter template. And it's probably better if I show you examples. What I am gonna do is show you a template that we start with. And that will give you an idea on timing and messaging. And then we can go into concrete examples, which is probably what you really want. Let me show you. This is what we use internally at my agency to come up with one type of abandoned checkout. In reality, if we work together, I work with different types of styles of abandoned checkout just for the nuances of the type of complexity of brands that I cater to. And so, yeah, I mean, for the purpose of this example though, let's just break this down. This is great because it's just easy to walk through with you and you can get a great understanding about what that journey looks like in converting and indoctrinating someone into that end of funnel where they actually buy. What is the goal? The goal of the checkout aims to recover lost sales by re-engaging customers who added items to their cart and proceeded to check out. Here's your triggers when someone adds the cart, your profile filters. Obviously someone has ordered 0 times since starting the flow and haven't been in the flow in the last 7 days. You just don't want anyone to be in your abandoned checkout flow multiple times in the same week. They would be pretty pissed. Key here on timing. I mean, forget timing. I'm just talking about goals here, okay? But timing can be split tested and you should. It can be 20 minutes versus 1 hour. It can be 1 hour versus 4 hours. It's up to you to decide how urgent you think it is and how close people are to buying typically when they abandon your checkout page for you to do that. Okay, here's your friendly reminder. Gently remind customers they left their premium products behind, sparking curiosity and reinforcing the brand difference. Open with a lighthearted note that you know something was left behind. Invite the reader back without sounding pushy. This is where people stop. They put, miss us? Did you miss something? Hey, why don't you finish your purchase? You need to do more than that. You need to highlight the USPs. Remind them that the product is thoughtfully crafted, so quality. Emphasize the products are made for individuals who value XYZ. Now you go into the angles. You go into discussing, it could be just one sentence, it could be in the header, but there is an angle in there. There is a way you can position your brand where you know people get over the finish line and convert with this type of language. And I don't know what that is for your brand. You know, it could be a diet weight loss supplement and it's like finally a product that actually de-bloats you without XYZ, right? Like there's something intuitive that you know that will get them over the finish line, or an angle you use in your ads that you should add in here. Keep the copy playful and friendly. Use conversational language, include a dynamic block, wait 23 hours. Now you want to hammer social proof. This is building trust. This is bridging the gap. This is now getting people to see outside point of view and perspectives. This is how you fully create a reframing, a repositioning. You also detach yourself from the sales process in this way. Be visual, add a gallery of products, bada bing, bada boom. Wait a day. Address the top 3 concerns. Create a pre-purchase email that proactively addresses common customer objections to reduce purchase hesitation. Recognize customers may have concerns before purchasing. Overcome objections. What are the main objections? People say that there are side effects to this. People say it's too expensive. People say XYZ. You need to address it and reframe it as solutions. Okay. Reframe meaning when you give the answer to these objections, you do so in a way that subtly has a call to action. You can, add a scientific study, add another social proof that shows an example of that main concern addressed and said, if someone could literally say in a social proof, I was worried about purchasing because of this issue everyone has with this type of product usually, but highlight return policy, guarantees, trial periods. You see what we're doing? We're doing everything we can where whatever friction there is, whatever is holding people back to buying from you, you address it head on and you keep pushing them. Wait a day. Frequently asked questions. Okay, wait a day. 3, 4, 5 days later, if someone that you have spent a lot of money to get into your funnel, whatever your cost acquisition is, whatever your CPA is, whatever it is, think about doing a tiered discount where you have your 10% offer and your brand checkout, maybe you have 15% off. This isn't for everyone. It's not something I do for all of our clients, but it can work to get people over the finish line. Give them an offer that expires. Make sure it actually expires if you do that on the technical setup. Or wait a day, percent off offer, last chance, right? I'm about to prove to you that this actually works with examples in the Klaviyo account and examples of the designs. It's just the exact systems that we've used for high converting abandoned checkout flows that scale profitably, boost retention, protect deliverability. We've been able to generate over 100 million in sales for e-commerce brands in dozens of different niches, not just like one winning product, but 10,000 SKUs, luxury, apparel, electronics, toys, cosmetics, supplements, skincare, you name it, we've done it. And we've created a repeatable system for this. I mean, we worked with brands like Plouful, Gel Blaster, Tabs Chocolate. Whether you're launching or already scaling past $1 million a month, these types of videos kind of showcase, my expertise. And this is how we've been able to recover just more abandoned carts and increase LTV with smarter flows. If you're serious about dialing in your email strategy, turning missed checkouts into consistent revenue, click the description below and you can get hands-on help from our team. All right, let's get back into kind of showing some of the examples here. All right, what are we identifying here in this very simple, pretty quick flow set? The offer is up front. There's an extra discount emails. What is so special about this? From the service level, you see you get 33% off, dynamic block, benefits, features, kind of infographic, and then a Klarna plug, and then shop bestsellers, and then categories. There's more at play here. I told you that you guys need to absolutely select the best, most highest converting language. What speaks to the most amount of buyers, actual buyers in your email flow sets. For this brand, it happens to be percent off. They lead with discounts because they know they can offer it, they have the margin for it, and it's just what works. And you're backing up that discount offer with these like core features that get everyone to buy. Lifetime warranty, easy returns, a million people just like you have bought this. We're not using blood diamonds, handcrafted quality. You can't afford it? All right, let's do Klarna. Don't like this one? Okay, shop our bestsellers. They're on sale too. Do you see how much is actually at play here? I need you, and it's warranted for you to go and look at what the most highest converting offers you have and the most highest converting language you have. What gets people over the finish line? That needs to be all up in your abandoned checkout flow. What are we doing next here? Same thing. Okay, infographic, lifetime guarantee. Saying the same thing we said here, but it's such a powerful offer. Diamonds are forever, guarantee is forever. These are the four strongest, four strongest components of the offer that is Modgens. Beautiful collage. Is your lifetime warranty even real? Yes, right? They double, triple down on it. Okay. Then lastly, it's going to expire, but we're doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on what we know gets the customers to convert. And we're using just a little bit more visual imagery. I think this is just very important because at the service level, it's kind of basic, but there's actually like a lot going on here, right? Let's look at this electronics brand, LifePro. Okay. We got a couple different things going. We got first time customers and we got repeat customers, right? Boom. We have those core benefits and features. This is pretty quick, right? We give them a code up front, but then look at this one. Prioritize your health today. We know life gets busy, but today is a good day to make a change. Most people are too tired to take care of themselves properly. Liferel helps bridge the gap. That offer is as good as gold. That offer is better than anything you could possibly say with a code. Boom, social proof. They know that gets them over the finish line, so they do it twice. And just more language to that effect, expiration language. Have questions? Boom, we have support. A lot of older people buy from this brand. They might have questions, so this converts people a lot, getting them to send an email. These aren't just things we are saying here, is the point I'm trying to make to you. These flows also aren't generic and templated. Like, this isn't the same as this Magent one. Like, we took the best components and they came up with the offers themselves, and we combined them together to make something that's beautifully designed, has great copy, and has the best offers and the highest converting mechanisms. Okay, I can show you the actual results as well. Check it out. This abandoned checkout flow, 3K. This abandoned cart flow, very similar, 6K. We can go to any other brand. We can go to, so this is actually on 1 day click. This is on a client where you can't really see the true effect of our abandoned checkout results. These guys are on 5 day open click. Abandoned checkout, 175K. Abandoned cart, 135K. Welcome series, abandoned checkout, 26K. These types of messaging, these work. And so I can go into the nitty gritty on setting it up, right? And the specific timing, the specific, cadences and logic, that is everywhere on the internet. What's not is what actually matters to moving the needle. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more thing that's pretty good. Another thing that I recommend using is Black Crow. This is the abandoned checkout flow that use Black Crow, and it's generating a lot of money for us. Black Crow is basically a software that uses single server-side tracking in order to extend your cookie window, and so you can get every single person that has ever been on your website back into your funnel. Okay, Klaviyo only has a 5-day window, so if someone goes on your website, Klaviyo only stores the data for 5 days. This will store your data infinitely and extend it, and so you get more people often than not back into your funnel using this software. Okay, it tags high intent users, it feeds predictive signals into the flows. You're not guessing who you follow up with either. You can also see ROI and attribution in one place. You can aggregate your Shopify and email SMS data for smarter decisions. And yeah, I mean, you can literally see the results of using Black Crow. You're not using luck here. You're just being fully optimized end to end. Because if you just have a simple abandoned checkout flow on Klaviyo, that's not enough to get every single person under the sun inside of the funnel. You need to use server-side tracking, and software like Black Crow does that. So I highly recommend checking out Black Crow to set up and checkout flows. They'll do everything for you. If you mention me too, they'll hook you up with a discount. If you've made it this far, you now understand how to actually recover abandoned cart, abandoned checkout revenue. And hopefully, depending on the size you are going to exponentially make a lot more money using these tactics and strategies. Notice that these strategies were strategy forward versus technical or instructional. I did that on purpose. I don't need to walk you through, like every other guru and email marketer on earth, how to actually set up step by step. You need to know what works. And so if you are ready to scale your D2C brand with proper retention strategy, we can do that for you here at RevScale. Click the link in the description. We can work together. We've helped clients generate literally hundreds of millions of dollars. Tactics and strategies like you saw in this video. We've worked across dozens of niches, and we'd love to help you too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.